Hey, traders. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 854. It's the weekend, man. We made it. And it's been a freaking good one. Didn't end too well for the stock market, which did have a good beginning of the session, but the last half didn't do well. And we could talk about a potential bearish abandoned baby pattern on the stock market, the S&P 500. But currently, just looking at Bitcoin. Of course, that's normally how we start the show. You want it, you get it. 4-hour time scale. It's been 36 hours now since Bitcoin made that one move up to really break us out of that, it would seem, broadening top pattern, right? 36 hours. Still above the heart line of the channel, right? This uptrend, longer term uptrend we've been in for a while. And last night, I guess it was in the morning or something, where Bitcoin hit its highest point at 98.85, almost touched that overhead resistance that is historical on the daily, almost perfectly, for getting rejected and just been indecision, lots of it. So 4 hours losing all its positive momentum, where I think, man, and it might be just too far away, and it's not as clear, but it does seem like, a high on price, right? And now a slightly higher high on price with lower levels of relative strength and lower levels of positive momentum, maybe. Again, it's just not as clear. But the 60-minute is, we're getting just some mixed signals here, where the daily is kind of like, we'll look at it in a second. So 60 minutes kind of bullish in a way. 4-hour might be a little bearish because of maybe the divergence. The daily is kind of bearish. Weekly, monthly, bullish. All right. So the way we've had this channel plotted, 2 on the upside, 1 and 2 anchor points, 1 on the bottom. Left it alone. We did this yesterday on stream live. We started the wedge, and it's like, man, let's be conservative and do a channel. So we've now finally tested that bottom trend line, and in doing so, it's kind of like a morning star reversal, a bullish Mara Bazoo on the last 60-minute candle. Now just nothing. You're just right back at this sell wall area, the 9,800, man. Supply there. But every time you hit this supply line, this area where there are sellers, somehow you're kind of still making higher lows, aren't you? Still showing some sort. This is a higher low than this low, and then before that. So what else is continuing on the 60-minute, which is not a very significant time scale at all, so it isn't as reliable as 4-hour daily, weekly, monthly. But, as we continue to make higher lows, we continue to make lower levels of relative strength methodically. So that is just a that's hidden bullish divergence, which is impending price action continuation to the upside. That's all that signifies. So that's the 60-minute. So it looks okay. It looks okay trying to pivot off that potential demand line, above 95.50, which is major resistance support. Yeah, you had to break that. We even back tested it, and we haven't even come close again to seeing it. And I don't know if we will. It just all depends on market participants and supply and demand. If there's going to be enough demand and at the same time not enough supply at 9,800 to truly break it. I'm almost getting these deja vu feelings, man, where, though I know the daily, so we look at the 4-hour, 60-minute, now the daily. And this can go either way. This go upside, downside. There's targets. Okay, I found out there's a bug on TradingView. If you're like, save your work as often as you can. If you remember, just save it. Because I do these 6-hour streams, and when I get done streaming, I go to save my work. There's too much data. You have to delete stuff. And I've dealt with this bug before, and I deleted so much stuff, and it still wouldn't fix until I refreshed, and then everything would save. But I lose all my work that I did on these marathon streams, last night included. So everything I did not get saved. So I'm just telling you, what's kind of going on. And this has happened several times now to me, and it's very new. I don't even know when it exactly started, but they got issues. Same with stream elements and the jar, you know, freaking out and memory leaking. So on the daily, you still have the divergence, right, where you keep making a higher high, and then a slightly higher high with lower levels of positive momentum. But at the same time, I mean, the whole way up, you keep making higher lows on the relative strength. There's some sort of trend here. Kind of just bounced off of it, and you're up near 70 again. We really haven't been overbought still, even after this whole run, since June of 2019. That's wild, man. I don't know. I mean, that must be maybe bullish, or you're not getting overbought. You're just staying. You're using 70 as resistance. So it's like ascending triangle or something, right? I don't know. I don't trade, or I don't even look at these oscillators with patterns on them. Not really real. But you know, just maybe an hour ago, 2 hours ago, Bitcoin was starting to paint a shooting star bearish reversal. But, you know, verbatim, I said, what was it? We better have... Where is it? I don't know. Yeah, Bitcoin needs a really nice last 3 hours if it isn't to paint a daily bearish reversal candle at the top of a bearish reversal pattern. So far, no shooting star really... yet. I mean, it would turn more like into an evening star, but you know, it's fine right now. But you just realize kind of where we are, right? There's overhead resistance that is historical back from 2018, and it looks like there's some sort of supply line subsloping. Forget the China scam wick. I mean, we've talked about that wick before, what it is, and why we got all that volatility. It was coronavirus stuff. It was literally the Chinese government not letting Chinese stock market participants take shorts, so I think they joined. I mean, at open, when the Shanghai opened, their market opened, this is what happened. So, sorry. I think we can take that with a grain of salt, and just without that, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on the top now. Makes the most sense. Then, of course, you have the demand line, and so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches now. Valid rising wedge pattern. So the work that didn't get saved was me, you know, yesterday in my almost 7-hour live stream, talking about targets on both sides. If you break to the upside, which, again, like, it could happen, and it could happen on the weekend. This reminds me of the last time we broke 10,000. It was on a Friday evening. I was going live at the same time last summer. It was like May, I think. And was out of beer. I don't think I have any beer left. So that's kind of, you know, deja vu. So if you ever break 98, 93, 95, or sorry, it's like 99.50, that area, you could very well shoot straight up very fast to like 11,000. Because there's just no historical resistance anywhere after 10K, or it's really 99.50 if we're being exact here. So if it breaks the upside, a short-term target is 10,700. Downside potential for 100% measure move from a bearish breakout would be, you know, 8,800 or so at this point. So even if, and again, this is just reiterating yesterday's analysis, just not much has changed, right? If you're showing bearish stuff in an overwhelmingly bullish trend, there's first off a chance that the bearish stuff could just get completely invalidated, where if Bitcoin market participants this weekend want to pump this, or next week, whatever, and we start building more positive momentum, we could completely invalidate the divergence. That'd be great. And if you start invalidating the divergence, that means you are breaking out to the upside of this pattern, and so that could yield us the target. So that's one thing where it just doesn't play out at all, the bearish divergence, the rising wedge, bearish reversal pattern. But if it does play out, there's a good chance, if the bulls are truly in control of this trend, that it's going to underperform immensely. It's going to, you know, not even get, it could get 50% of the way to the measured move and probably not at all hit 8,800. So those are the things to take into consideration. We've done a 4-hour look, 60-minute look, a daily look. We try to do every day. I mean, we can look at the weekly again, just take a gander. It's still extremely strong. We're getting follow-through price action after the break hook and go confirmation that we've been talking about. Fantastic. Excuse me. Is anyone even here? Chat? Hello? Anyone at all?
Bueller.
So here it is. As of last night, touched it like the Jesus man. Look left. What is that, man? Well, it's on the daily. So I'm having to switch these around or move them up and down because traders settle up, or the wicks go to different places between time scales, daily and weekly. So on the daily, it touched it like Jesus. The weekly hasn't touched 99.47 yet. 45, whatever. I'm going to make this only visible on the freaking weekly. And then I'll go back to the daily and make that one only visible on the daily. Jeez. Give me a sec. So here's the daily I'm talking about. We are right where traders settled up. This is the same stream as yesterday. I feel like it's Groundhog Day.
Much appreciation for your consistency.
Critical areas. Meet the grub. Thank you, dude, for the 1420.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, dude. Sorry, man. Tesla didn't move today. Anything 420, it's not even synonymous with cannabis now. It's just synonymous with Elon, isn't it? I mean, I think about him more than I do cannabis when someone says 420 now. It's what's happened. The meta has changed. 2020. So we're almost getting to a point where I can pull the split screen back up and we can just watch the price action correlate to this May 5th, 2018 high. And we can pull up the stream from last summer when we had the same split screen up. And that was the stream, again, where once we broke it, we were off and it became a 6 to 8 hour marathon stream and Bitcoin appreciated in value like $1,500, $1,200 to $1,500. So we are at critical areas. It's very true, Mr. Grubman. Breaking this for real would be amazing. And I don't think once yet in this run we have had a breakout. All right, so I think with 42 minutes left on this daily candle that will close soon, breaking and closing above 9,800 could be very, very good. Again, we haven't done that. We've only tested twice and failed, but not getting really rejected again. Still, just like yesterday, didn't really get that rejected. We're just right back at that point. Could be poised for a major break to the upside, even with this crazy wedge that just it looks bearish. You know, it smells bearish, but you can't forget the trend we're in right now, where who controls the market? It's the bulls right now. The bulls do control this market right now. All right, hold on, music stopped. So, healer, anyone? Sorry. Where'd we go? Sorry, man. This is weird without music. Dude, I'm just not used to it. I always have something playing in the background. Figure it out, man. This will do for now. So I guess what we can do is look at some altcoins that a lot of them had really good evenings. But again, we covered most of it. 6 hour and 40-minute live stream or something like that. But the MVP of February 7th, MVP goes to Link. Which Link is just brilliantly now, as of today, hit the top of the bullish cipher pattern. The textbook bullish cipher pattern. So that's not going to be easy to break. And the divergence you had, this is what we want to see on Bitcoin. It's what we saw on EOS. Now we've seen it on Link, where you show buyer exhaustion to some extent, but it doesn't effing matter because who controls this market right now? Not the bears, the bulls. So your bearish indicators, your bearish patterns are going to be much less reliable, and they may not even play out at all if they even do. So breaking $3.30, the next target for Link would be $3.73. It's that easy. I think if you break that, I don't care if you're overbought, whatever, unless you're showing true amounts of bearish divergence, which you were already, it didn't matter. Yeah, I think breaking 330, you're going to 373. Because there's literally nothing there. I hope you understand that. Nothing is there. So crypto that's already making stupid gains in a short period of time could continue to make more stupid gains in even shorter periods of time. That's crypto, man. I think it's almost easier, calling the bottoms on Bitcoin and tops on Bitcoin than it is finding the target, like where it's going to stop that impulse after we can find the bottoms and tops. It can just go and go and go. And that's where, traditional technical analysis can be a little, I wouldn't say erroneous, but I'm saying like there is maybe some, I'm just saying from experience, right? Like, oh yeah, 50% 618, they work out beautifully. Traditional markets, those targets and stuff for trades and wedges. But then like in crypto, it can just keep on going like double the measure moves. And, it's again, very illiquid market, and it's very infantile, not regulated. So you can expect crazy stuff like that. Weekly double bottom. Yeah, higher low double bottom like everything else. I wouldn't call it a double bottom. It's a much higher low double bottom, which is just forms of accumulation. We saw Ethereum Classic that had a weekly straight up double bottom, whereas they were the same lows. And we've had a few like ICX and IOTA that were much lower low double bottoms, if you want to call them that on the weekly. And then we've had, the higher low double bottoms like Link, like Monero. A little ADA was like a 98% retrace, almost in the ETC category, the Ethereum Classic category of the straight up double bottoms. Tron was a higher low double bottom. What's up, Louis? Thanks for the sub. It seems Louis just put us over the goal line. 22,100 subs. Chat, we did it. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. XLM, I don't even know we'd call that double bottom, dude. It's just like, that's just a lower low, and now you're rallying, and your XLM hadn't even broke any kind of major resistance, dude. I was looking at this one today. It's like, what? Not even charting it. Look, man. You're starting to break. Okay, so it seems like as of today, you're attempting to break above this area. If you break 7.195 cents on XLM, like XRP could hit 38 cents. 28 cents for XRP, it seems like is 7 cents for XLM. They're almost the same thing. If XLM can truly break above this 7-cent area, it could run to 8.7 cents. Whereas XRP, if it breaks its 28 cents, it can go to 38 cents real fast because that's the next real major resistance. There are a few minor ones. That's the major one. So yeah, if you plot from here to here, I think we might be breaking out, or you're close to it or something. Yeah, see, you broke out. They're all like, it was like a, whatever, dude. Is it any, I think at this point, an asset in the crypto market, something that's not pumping, that's weird. Because everything is moving up in crypto now. They're doing it at different times, some much earlier than others, some much later, but they're all doing it. You show me an altcoin that's, on TradingView that isn't moving up at all. It's not affected by any of the new market coming into, or the new money coming into crypto, in the past month or 7 weeks, right? When Bitcoin found its bottom, 6,500. They're all doing stuff, and it's good. Don't know why I went to XLM, just because I was looking at it earlier. We can go to XRP though, if you want, real quick. Starting log scale. So, XRP, 28 cents. You remember, saw XLM. It's got its own same thing, right? If you can break that and you don't up thrust and fail to break above 31 cents, because that's like, you know, you can see support resistance failed here, up thrusted and up thrusted again for dumping to lower lows. Breaking that for real and then not up thrusting like a scrub again, 38 cents. Next big resistance up there. So possible. All right. That's XRP's descending broadening wedge. And then we have the other way of looking at it on the 4 hour, of course. Another one. Let's see real quick if I can get this. Yes, the other one. Where you have up thrusted above the supply line of the uptrend we've been in. Supply line being the upsloping trend line you can see on your screen pictured. That's the supply line where there are potential sell orders there. You up thrusted through it to do what? To just test that critical area of support resistance we were talking about on the daily, only to fall back into the channel below the supply line. But not much selling beyond that. Look at the wick here, where there was a flash crash, not crash, but just a flash dump to 26.1 cents. Rallied right back up. Wow, stop hunting much. So when you're at these levels, I mean, it does seem like possible if it's going to respect the channel and you're going to stay in it, you could sell off, hit the hard line again before running more. Or if Bitcoin just goes nuts, the crypto market just goes insane, this is just going to bust out and it will look a little bit like what? Like Ethereum. That had the same type of channel. It was very well respected. My God, it was amazing. And then just a few days ago, it broke above the heart line of the channel it had been respecting so much, broke it, then bull flag down sloping consolidation after that impulse and engulfing candle, back tested the heart line and showed triple MACD, hidden bullish divergence, and RSI bullish divergence to boot. Impending price action continuation, well, mother of God, if that wasn't the case. Where it is now hit what, chat? The next resistance. After you broke 195 to 200, we knew it, 220. After 220, for real, I mean, the top of it's like 224, which you did hit. If you could ever break that, though, real fast, I do think you'll see 236 to 239. That's the next resistance after 225. All right, one at a time. It's getting intense. I just wonder if Bitcoin will one-up all these altcoins, because it was like Bitcoin, the altcoins. Now the altcoins have just continued to outperform, and it makes sense, dude. And we've already talked about why altcoins are doing so much better than Bitcoin right now in the short term, and it's just because Bitcoin, when it dumped from its okay, let's just say when it pumped from its December of 2018 lows at 3150 and ran up all the way to nearly 14,000, altcoins didn't even come close to competing with that price action. And then when Bitcoin decided to correct for 6-7 months and got down to 6650, almost every single altcoin, I mean, I think everyone except maybe BNB or something, had sold off much worse. The retraces from that December of 2018 low to the June 26, 2019 high, all the altcoins retraced 88%, 78%, 100% or worse, where Bitcoin only sold off 65%. So now all these altcoins that had got beat down so much more are now having much more violent breaks to the upside to try to catch back up with Bitcoin, it seems. Anonymous user, what are you talking about, dude? So there you go, man. Ethereum. Fantastic breakout off the hidden divergence. And look at all the volume that came in to propagate us to that next supply line, the next overhead resistance. Beautiful. Litecoin, it's pretty much, it's close to the same story. Actually, now Litecoin was the leader of the big ones. Ethereum is now the leader of the big ones, where you see Litecoin unable to break that supply line, up thrusted through it a couple times, sold off, ended up showing hidden bullish divergence, just like Ethereum. Impending price action continuation. The upside, you got it, but the supply line is much more respected here than it was on Ethereum, where we know Litecoin. So for Ethereum, $220 to $225 is Litecoin's $79 area. So it's now behind Ethereum. We're talking about respective overhead resistance, where Litecoin again was leading the charge on the big ones at first when it started. So look left, look here, listen. So 195 for Ethereum was Litecoin's $65 area. So it broke it first, but did not get to the next available major overhead resistance first, like Ethereum did. Just talking about those two. So the next step for Ethereum, or sorry, for Litecoin is, you are showing some divergence, though. Again, if you're truly bullish, bearish indicators, bearish patterns, they're less reliable, and they can fail. They often fail. So I'm just telling you, if Bitcoin has a major move to the upside and the bulls really show their power and the overwhelming amounts of demand in this market, then I don't think this divergence will play out. If Bitcoin pumps and breaks above 9,800 plus, then Litecoin's going to eventually see that $79. That's it. I don't think Litecoin's going to dump majorly while Bitcoin pumps.
Thankful to chill with you from day to day, bro. 29.58551718 BAT.
Dan G, thanks for the $7.78 worth of BAT, the crypto contribution. Much love, man. I love me some BAT, dude. Thinking about doing like a dollar cost average, like a weekly thing on BAT, where I just keep adding to my BAT position, because Batman, not Batman, but Bat, man. I love the chart, the significant chart, right? The daily, the weekly, the monthly. I love BAT. Now, actually, I'm gonna have to do it on this one, on the big screen. I don't think any of that stuff's saved. There it is. Okay, so this is what I love about BAT, and I know right now might be a terrible time to buy in the short term, because it could definitely pull back because it's had such a nice run recently, but I'm talking about a position, like a position trade, holding this, and it sells off, and it sells off. Okay, weekly dollar cost average, weekly dollar cost average. Okay, you're losing. Weekly dollar cost average. All right, and then it makes a higher low, and then it runs again. Weekly dollar cost average. It keeps going up, and so you continue to add your position like the composite man already is. The composite man showed his hand here when we had the bullish BAT that was successful. But now this is the confirmation. This December 18th low is the confirmation that the composite man is in this, I think. And so I think BAT, if the macro holds up in time, BAT could double in price, and we could see 44 cents. That is a 100% move of this potential pattern that is not valid yet, because you are not valid as a pattern until you break the neckline that is up at 29. Let's just say 30 cents. All right. So I think this one could go on a multi-month uptrend this year. Again, this doesn't mean anything unless Bitcoin remains bullish. If Bitcoin goes bearish as crap, nope, it's all going to be invalid. Okay, but you got to admire the accumulation double bottom, which is the higher low than this low from February 2019. Wow. All right. So, let me make a shift real quick. Little humble brag. Not really, I'm just kidding. But, anyone want to know what happened today on one asset that I've been obnoxious about, in my warning at least? Amazon. That as of today, with the candle closing, the weekly candle closing, had a confirmed breakout. All-time high breakout. Closed the week strong. Look at the volume on these two candles. So increased volume on a breakout in ascending triangle, that is signature. That's what you're looking for. So I do think in the coming months that Amazon will go to much higher prices, assuming the macro holds up. And, you know, anytime the S&P just dumps like crazy, it's going to be bad for everything. But hey, this thing was up near $2,100 today. And then midday, when the major indices started selling off, it pulled back, but only by like $20, dude. So I think blue skies in the future for Amazon if the macro holds strong. You can't say you weren't warned on this one. My God. Adjusting something. Oh, that's perfect. Is that it? Maybe one more move over. Perfect. Excellent. Off to the ether. Fantastic, man. Congratulations. And thanks so much for the 770 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. We got some losers out there. 8 dislikes before the stream even started. Imagine how pathetic their life is. Imagine them spending their time doing that. They mad, dude. Yeah, Apex, we actually did look at Link today already. Yes, we did. So, if you don't know, a 100% measured move, which a lot of times ascending triangles don't get 100%. They only get about 70% of that measured move. 100% move, though. 2770. The first target, really, from this breakout, and we might, hey, it could take a couple weeks, man. We might next week spend the entire time back testing 2050, 2040. That's very real. At the same time, maybe not. Maybe it just explodes up, right? So the first target for Fibonacci from the structure, from the height to low point, is 2254. Second target is 2359, and the third target, you know, the 1618 gold mean ratio, is 2511 on Amazon. So, great, man. So let's look at Monero. We haven't looked at that one. And then we'll go back to Tezos. Here we go, man. The weekly on Monero. Hello? It was convergence, but it's a double bottom. It's a slightly higher low double bottom. But this right here was the same thing we saw on Ethereum Classic. Long before we broke $65. Said with this, see much higher prices. First target's going to be $85 on the weekly. After that, it's going to be 116. And if you actually break that, you know where we could go. To stupid levels. I'm talking, you just want to be conservative here for Fibonacci. The major previous discernible swing high ICs right here from April 2018 at high to low. We're talking anywhere between $137 and $198. That's literally where it could go. Ethereum Classic hit its, like, if this is the same Fibonacci, it definitely hit its. What's up, Nappy? Thanks for the $1 contribution. $3 minimum for TTS, just so you know, man. Don't get mad at me, it's precedence. Someone tried to disrupt my entire stream by tipping $1 over and over and over with stupid messages. So, blame them, not me. Okay, so 86, I think you could, if Bitcoin rallies and stays strong, you're going to see 86 very soon. You break that, we'll see 116. You break that, 137, 168, 198. Monero, dude. Don't sleep on it. But let's go to the daily and take a look here. And we have, you know, just the way a trader would look, Fibonacci this from the height of the structure to the low point. We are very close to 50% retrace, which would be the first target of profit taking in a traditional market, not an insane crypto market. I mean, still could reverse there. So that's it. I don't know what someone's talking about. Double top, man? No. This thing is very nice looking. And yeah, it's diverging. Yeah, bearish, a higher high, lower levels causing Momo. But, you know, Ethereum or EOS was showing bearish divergence just like this. It was actually even stronger than this, and it failed miserably. The asset just kept climbing to the upside, broke over resistance. It was at overhead resistance with bearish divergence on the daily and said, meh, we don't care. The bulls own this market, not the bears. So falling wedge, beautiful breakout. And on that breakout, literally on that breakout, highest level volume Monero had seen since Great FOMO levels. Great FOMO levels, where the collective market cap for crypto was $800 billion. We're still only at like 270 billion, dude. What does that tell you? It's interesting anyway. Yeah, Palma, it's people taking profit. People taking profit on their trade that they were in November. That's why Engine pulled back. Hello? Is it not on my watch list? What are you talking about? Did I delete it accidentally? Oh, never mind. My God. Yeah, you had a channel, you broke out of the channel too, but don't worry about that. I mean, that's great for analyzing a trend, but if you're talking about the trade itself, dude, you hit a 50% retrace, which is a very reasonable area to take profit that many people did. Second profit-taking level of the Patreon trade setup. Again, the entry was in November, like November 19th last year. So it took a while to get here, but welcome to looking at the daily. Welcome to finding and identifying a pattern that took about a year to develop. If it takes a pattern a year to develop, it's going to take longer than a week or two to get to your profit-taking levels on the trades. So Bitcoin is right around 9,800. Can't really break it. It's doing the exact same thing it's been doing for the past 36 hours now. And it's been just, I don't know, man. You know, like it seems like there's still supply there, but maybe the buyers are continuing to just, anytime the sell-off happens, buyers are getting right back up there. And again, I'm just telling you, the last time, this is fact. This has nothing to do with, oh, but most of the time, almost always, no. The last time Bitcoin was at this 98, 9,900 area, and we were on the up and up, like we are now, the weekend we got to it, we broke out violently to the upside. So here we are, the first time we're seeing 9,800, and we're going into the weekend. It's almost like the exact same thing happening. I'm out of beer, we're here, and the sellers just are nowhere to be found, really. I mean, we're getting small moves down, and nothing bearish is playing out, meaning you know who controls this market. What about PundyX, Power to Chief? Who cares about PundyX? It's a scam trash coin. No one cares about it. I don't care if it, oh my God, what? It's rounding to the upside? It still means it's a trash project. It's just, you ever heard of a rising tide lifts all ships? Pundycoin would be one of the worst, scrubbiest ships at the bottom of the ocean. Like, no one should ever be in this chat talking about Pundycoin unironically. Like, that means like you're not joking about it. Because it is a literal joke, a meme, and that's it. Maybe Black Sheep of Kings. I don't know, man. Right? Again, dude, it may not play out. I mean, history repeats itself sometimes. It definitely repeated itself on the weekly when Bitcoin broke above 8,500 with a candle close confirmation. We almost immediately, on a weekly time scale, went up and hit 9,500. So. Full moon incoming this weekend. Boom. Miltonberg. All right, let's go, dude. Let's have it. This is the weekend then. You hear that, Stay-at-home Kings? You in here, dude? I didn't see you, but I'm sure you get that. Sound the alarms. Excuse me. What is it? Turn up my statistics tracker. Spock Talk. How do I do that? I'll do that right now. I don't care about that. I don't want to track y'all. What? Is that just on by default, I guess? You tell me how to do it, I'll do it right now, and we'll get that lag gone. I hate lag, dude. So please, by all means. Okay. So Neo, didn't move much today. That's all right, man. All right. It's indecision. Yeah, starting to paint some bearish divergence, but you know how that goes, right? Bearish divergence might not happen if Bitcoin pumps and macro stays really strong, and if it does play out, maybe it comes to just back test again. You know, we didn't actually get a back test of this trend line, so that's always possible to come back down to 1189 or something to, you know, confirm the validity of this trend line, of this breakout. That's what a back test is. Yeah, Carmelo, I do trade.
Thoughts on the 1 hour XTZ chart? Price action seems to respect the ascending triangle.
Sir Fishing for Morgan, Alabama. Thanks, dudes. Tezos, man. Sorry, nothing saved for me, like on any of my charts. Okay, so, you know, we had a beautiful, beautiful scuff
Thanks
pattern.
for all you do, man.
Hey, Luke King, man. Luke Kang. Should put an A there next time. Thank you, man, for the $10 contribution. Really appreciate it. Y'all amazing. Bitcoin's at 9,800. Washing it. I mean, it's gonna, you know, at some point, right? Again, we talked about this yesterday, where we are. There is always a possibility at this point that a violent break to the upside could occur at any time. That's the way it works, man. It happened the exact same time last time, and it would make sense to do it again if this trend is truly bullish, because of supply and demand, like where we are on the chart. So anyway, with Tezos, what are you talking about? Ascending triangle on something? Oh, 60 minutes. I don't know, dude. I mean, this thing, you want to see what it's really respecting more than anything? I'll show you. 1, 2, 3. That's what it's respecting. The supply line of the uptrend. Yeah, dude. So also, the high point of the harmonic that you broke out of to the low point, the 1272. Confluent resistance of sloping and horizontal. That is definitely an area that would make sense if you pull back. But Tezos on the daily, dang, man, no bearish divergence at all. Only a little bit of 4-hour divergence, I believe. I'm looking at that last night. So a pullback could happen, very possible, but we know on Tezos, you've broken above, like, even on the chart with a lot of data, there's no resistance here. Where you are is kind of blue sky breakout. And we talked about it. If you broke $2, you could go much higher, much higher. So that could continue on. What would be cool, though, is if you came to back test $2. We haven't done that yet intraday, right? Where we had a daily candle close that back tested and confirmed the validity of the breakout. That's always the best, and that's where one could take a long if they feel so inclined. If they think that Tezos is gonna moon on a blue sky breakout back test area. Because you fall below that, I mean, you come down to 186, so you gotta have a loose stop below that, and it back tests this stuff, price action, and then moons after that. Though, I'll tell you this, those are definitely not the best trades. When Tezos, just in late October, was at 71 pennies, since its highest point, it's increased 200% value. So there's no value here. Even if you backtest a breakout, there's no value. It's all premium. You're paying high. That's it. You know how we trade. We trade for value. We look for value trades where An asset has retraced 78% of the way. There's a 78% sale on an asset.
Bruh.
You taught me how to fish, so here is some of what I caught. Kings.
Thanks, Benzo Man, for the most American contribution. 1776. Love it, dude. I don't hear those drums enough. Thank you, dude. Kings. I'm blacked out. So, I don't know. You're looking at me at the 60-minute, dude. It's back testing a ascending triangle, man. I mean, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like this. Sure. But just know if it's a 60-minute pattern, it can break out either way, right? This makes it only visible on the 60-minute. I don't even want that to show up on the 4-hour because it's not even, doesn't even exist on the 4-hour, I don't think. Yeah. We could do that too. It's kind of like the demand line elevating a little bit. So, yeah. 2 reaction highs, 2 reaction lows, small pattern, insignificant time scale. So again, its reliability is not going to be very strong. But yeah, it exists. It's there. Sure, dude. Not going to disagree with that. Just take it with a grain of salt because of what time scale you're looking at. That's right. 2 months away from the halvening. Correct. Sorry, let me read some chat, scroll up a little bit. Someone cried about, I didn't notice, I started watching a little bit of the replay yesterday, and someone cried about me never answering anyone's question unless they tip me, which is like, that means he's a moon boy. He's never watched my streams when we're not in completely bullish conditions where Bitcoin's appreciated 50% in 7 weeks. He wasn't here during those times because he sure as heck wouldn't be saying that if he knew. But what do you want from me when there's like 1,000 people watching and chat's fast, and I'm trying to provide the best of my ability analysis of assets? It's hard for me to do anything when we're trying to talk about this stuff, right? Straw poll, that's a good poll. We could do that, whatever. I mean, it's happened before, so I'm gonna say it's impossible, though it is normally unlikely. Normally, I don't know if this is very normal conditions right now for crypto. Just saying, dude, on experience in this market. All right, the poll. And remember, breakout's gonna be like 99.50, above 99.50. All right. Not where we are now. Not breaking above 9,800 and crapping around intraday like we've been doing for the past 36 hours. Not that. 99.50 is the real breakout. Let it be known. Go vote on the straw poll right now. You know what I found out about Twitch? They have like, Twitch has built in a polling system, so I don't have to go to straw poll and spam a link. You can actually just do it. I think that's just so cool what they're doing. In-housing everything. Sorry. Here it is. Chat, cast your vote. Step up. Put your vote where your mouth is. Who cares if Bitcoin's overbought? On what time scale? Dude, Bitcoin's not really overbought. 70 and just staying at 70 is not really overbought, dude. That's just bullish. Bitcoin, when market participants really want to pump Bitcoin, going to 80, 88, 90 is really overbought. 70, not the way it's going right now. Nah. Rich May, why are you so bearish, dude? I don't, it's when it's warranted to be bearish, fine, but you're just being bearish to be bearish, dude. Like, buyer exhaustion is far more concerning than being overbought. Assets can be overbought, remain overbought for a very long time. No, why would I ever look at Lisk? No, there would be no breakout to the downside. Sorry. I mean, I get the wedge. I'm not talking about the wedge. I'm talking about overhead resistance breakout High Desert Garden, where we break 99.50 for real and don't hit it and fail, and then we dump. Like, that's a failed breakout. Okay, so 100 votes, rookie numbers, chat. Rookie numbers. Go cast the vote. Gosh, y'all scared to just vote on a little poll, man? So Bitcoin, here we are. 60-minute chart right now. Looking at that very well-respected channel where all we did was hit it. Morning star and hidden bullish divergence has helped a little pivot. And now you're rallying to 98.18 right at that area. I mean, this candle right here on the 60-minute from February 6th is the highest level that traders settled up on the time scale in the entire rally. So breaking above that is very good. To be at the highest level where traders set it up to close the day, it's strong, man. At least in the 60-minute. Trend is your friend, cuh. That's right, Lone Sophos. Correct. 1 hour sitting triangle. Yeah, I get it. I see what you're saying, man. You don't have to look at it like that. I mean, I get it, man. You're not wrong in a way to just draw a trend line right here, and you can see the clear as day resistance, the sell wall, and you can plot an anchor point 1 and just 2 here now if you want, and then you got your accumulation. But I think it's bigger than that, because if you say it's an ascending triangle, you're not including the previous low before it, which would help your case. So why can't we just say it's an impulse up and it's one of these whack looking upsloping flags that back in the crazy bull run of 2019, we showed all these weird looking upsloping flags and just busted through them to the upside to much higher prices. So it looked kind of bearish, man, but then it's just like, whoa, it went the other way. So, well, bat move, dude. Do I really need to go back to it and look at how much it's appreciated in value in the past 5-6 weeks? Gosh dang. Where were y'all when all these alts were showing these setups? They were. They were at least showing seller exhaustion. Where and how do we vote? If you listen closely to me, I'm posting the link. I'm spamming it like I already have in the chat, the live chat you're in right now. You can go vote on it. So we've got 2 minutes until your daily close. Somehow, man, I don't know, another hour like nothing. Time flies when you're scanning charts or doing what you love, I guess, because this is, I do love this. So much fun, man. Of course, Kevin says, be careful, don't guess the market. Oh no, wow, don't listen to that. He says, don't guess the market, just jump in. I don't know about that, dude. I mean, though Bitcoin could have a violent break to the upside soon, you can't take away the fact that Bitcoin has already appreciated over 50% in value in about 7 weeks. That's insane, dude.
Is that a joint?
You're not buying at value.
Love your work, Mitch.
What's up, Anon? Thanks for the 420. Appreciate it, dude. You truly hope I stream tonight, man? I'll tell you this, dude. Bitcoin in the next hour needs to do something to keep me here, you know? Like, I was saying, man, I don't want to be like yesterday where I actually did the day stream and then Bitcoin kept me around and it ran into the Patreon pregame into the night stream. My God.
Is that a joint?
The highest blessings to all. Even the FOMO peoples are the Geezus peoples.
The Geezus peoples, indeed. Thank you so much, Greg Morgan, 1941 Connect.
Bruh.
Thank you, dude. When all these alts showed seller exhaustion, they weren't here. The average was not that. The average was like 335 to 350. I don't know why people try to make it sound worse than it is. I mean, it was bad. It was, again, 350. It was really like 420 real ones. Remember the 400? Like the night streams were terrible. I just stopped doing those because there was just no point. Because yeah, no one showed up for those. But the day streams, you know, it was always pretty good numbers. Decent numbers anyway. What's up, MCG? So there it is, chat. A new daily candle has been born. The previous one closed, and it didn't end up painting shooting star, which is good. Whoops. Why is your life so unfulfilled that you come in to talk crap when I make a living doing what I love and you clearly don't, dude? How about that? Why do you have to get banned? happyhour.exe. Yeah, dude, let me open that. Maybe it's not a virus.
Hey Mitch, I know you mentioned bat earlier, but is resistance at 27 cents?
27 cents. Yeah, there's definitely some resistance there. Look, 27 cents on the daily. You can see. I know there's like it's really 27.3 cents, but then like look, trader settled up right around 26.25. I mean, you're at it. Yeah, dude, you're right there, man. I know there's the wick, but that's very important too. Yes, and you're like 99% of the way there. Other than that, there's not really any resistance, right? I mean, that's yeah, like look here and here. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like, not right now. This is you're paying premium for BAT right now at 26 cents based on the run it's had since December 18th, where it appreciated in value to its highest point, 80%. You get it? So what the heck? In time, I think we could pull back. If you get a nice pullback, then it could be a great time to start dollar cost averaging on this because of the double bottom. The double bottom, and before that, you had a low here. So higher lows and confirmation double bottom, accumulation double bottom. Wonderful. Horizon haters is a bullish sign for my channel. Yeah, dude, because those losers aren't around when Bitcoin's showing the trade setups, like when, you know, there's actual value and there's bullish divergence. Those losers aren't here. I don't know what they're doing, but they're clearly jealous that I get to live the best life and get to hang out with the best freaking people on the internet, which is y'all. They wish they could be a part of this. They really do. Oh, man. Whoops. What's up, Indigo Washington? Good to see you again, dude. I appreciate you too, man. Salud. Dude, these people are something else, right? On a Friday. Dude, don't keep talking crap, otherwise the viewers are just gonna get pissed off. And they know how to make you all lose your minds, so wouldn't do it, man. So again, man, you're still right above 9,800.
Is that a joint?
Mitch, been a semi-lurker since late 2017. Always try to catch your streams. Thoughts on BCH, break, cook, and maybe go coming on daily?
Thank you, Jack, from Los Angeles for the 420. Yeah, we can look at that. Just want you to know real quick, 4 hour on Bitcoin, bullishly engulfed. Let that be known. Can we, bullish engulfing the 4 hour? Okay. Breaking news. So 4 hour on Bitcoin Cash. In the nice uptrend, had that same, hey, the one Tezos you were showing me about on the 60 minute, look on the 4 hour on Bitcoin Cash. It had the same sort of sell wall with accumulation, broke out. Obviously, the measure move is a very small pattern. In that, you know, and look what it's done. It's broken above the heart line, which was support before, resistance before. Okay, so this is the only one between the big four: Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin Cash. This is the only one that is not at the top of its supply line, the top of the channel. So this has upside potential here, I think. But the problem is, why it is not at the top of its upsloping channel or the supply line is because, look at the daily. Look at the daily, dude.
Appreciate the knowledge, Mitch.
Is that a joint?
Carmelo Stubba, thanks so much for the 420 contribution. Really, really appreciate it. Much love. Oh man, you hear that? You see the hate, dude, on a Friday after a fantastic week of crypto, the stock market, everything. I mean, think about the lack of fulfillment in these people's lives, dudes. Jeez. Go find a hobby, man. This is my hobby. You get it? This is my hobby. I love doing this. So their hobby might be doing what they're doing now, which is sad. But look, man, from the high point to low point, you had a 78% retrace. That's where traders settled up yesterday at it. But intraday, the traders went up and pushed the price to the overhead resistance, where traders settled up May 29, 2019, and no higher. So look at this, man. This is what I'm talking about. In overwhelmingly bullish conditions, another one, right, where you make a high on price, a slightly higher high on price, with much lower levels of positive momentum and relative strength in a bear trend, this would obliterate the asset. It would dump so hard. But in overwhelmingly bullish conditions, unreliable. It's just not as good, not as strong. And if it does play out, it doesn't play out very well at all. So that's it. There's your Bitcoin Cash. Did you have any other comments that I missed? So you got to break that. You break 457, you go to 479. After that, man, there's just not that much resistance, dude. That's the top. Oh, actually, I think, hold on. The top is 500 something. Yeah, like 515. So it's going, man. It's recovering all its losses from that correction in the second half of 2019. It's crazy, man. What's up, Lee Moore? Thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. Crazy, man. I was like, what do they think they're going to do? They're going to stop me from streaming, dude? Bring it on, buddy. You're not going to stop me ever. No matter how many dislikes you throw, or how many accounts you create to talk crap, you're not going to stop me, man. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay. So Bitcoin on the 4-hour again broke the broadening top, even back tested it, and is climbing. And again, like I said, didn't show it, but it's not a very big one and may not mean anything. But you did engulf the previous candle to close the day. So that's not bad, man. Not a bad thing. Always good. $20 more likes to 400. Let's go.
Bruh.
Let's make it happen. So thanks to the 850 people here. Really appreciate it. As we watch Bitcoin, very well could be deja vuing that one fateful day, not even a year ago, the Bitcoin 10K stream, where we were right around this area. We were a little higher though. We were like floating on up to the 99s, 99.50s, I think. Let me see where we were at when the stream started. Give me a sec. Remember, this was like my second most watched stream ever. It had 29,535 views on it. But where were we? Let's see. Yeah, see, like, when the stream started, this was, what was the date on this? June 21st. Okay. What? Was it really that fast? Where was the split screen? So here was the split screen, right? Where we had the same like 99.50 area in Bitcoin. I mean, this is 98.05, right? Don't remember that price action? 98.05. Well, we're above that right now, but barely. We haven't really been able to break above that for real, as you can see, just where traders keep settling up. It's right at the same price. And as you can see on the daily, I mean, 9,800 kind of broke it, I guess. Wow, dude, that's kind of significant. Okay, what you did on the daily, you did break out. I'll split screen it real quick. We don't have to stay very long on this one if you don't want, but I do want to show you. Give me a sec. Oh, links, there is no real resistance. I guess 350 would be psychological resistance, but we know 370. 373 is like the next overhead resistance. So if you see, if we zoom in, we scale in, you can see that we did technically break above the area from May 5th, 2018. That was overhead resistance where traders settled up. That's a breakout. Though it's very small, it's real. And so far, you can see the correlation on that trend line is we just back tested it's 97, 98. That's it so far. So that's pretty good, man. You can just keep everything up on the other screen. Yeah, link is at $3.36 right now. It is climbing, but no higher than yesterday's highest high intraday, which was around 339, 340. Let me sec. Hold up. So link again, breaking above this resistance. There's absolutely nothing left until 373. There's nothing here. I mean, traders settled up back in July 1st, on July 1st, at 373. And that's normally where you run to when you break resistance. So right there, man, at the top of the bullish cipher, 100% retrace and absolutely no higher. So if it did, in fact, break out, boom, 373. That's it. Beautiful. So this is maybe where the action's at right now. Tezos is up 1.76% right now on the new day. It just started 12 minutes ago. Well, yeah, Link's up 2%. And then Monero's actually up nearly 2% as well. So some altcoins finding some life on the weekend. I try to scale this properly, where everything lines up. 95.56. Just look kind of like this. That's the way it is. This is May 5th, 2018. I'm going to pull that back up, that date. Interesting, man. Very interesting price action on the weekend, where it almost looked like you were painting a shooting star reversal. Just turned into a higher high, like right where traders settled up February 5th at 96.15, on the 6th 97.58, and then yesterday 98.12. It's every day's a higher high so far. Upslipping price contraction. Dang. What looks like it is at a low, ready for buying opportunity. Wook chewy, dudes. Not really anything in crypto right now. Everything's increased in value 50+%. Just about everything in the past 6-7 weeks. So you missed the bus on buying crypto at value areas. Everything at this point, and I don't care if it goes even higher, you're still paying premium. You just look at it as someone who, I mean, like things that have retraced 78% over the course of a year or something. Those are value. Now it's not like that. Sure, High Desert God, man. If you can consider that a dump, I don't even know what to tell you. All right. Let's see. So why do we do on the last time? It was like Rogue 90, 805, like we did here. That's the 4 hour. What's up, Anon, man? Dude, thank you. The Kobe rally. We are still in the midst of the Kobe rally. It's already been dubbed.
Anonymous tip $24. 24 is for Kobe RIP. I'm in a long trade on that since 119. Just scared to close it. How would you play it? Thanks for the TA.
At this point, all you can really do is, let's go to it real quick. Let me get off the split screen. Thank you, man. Seriously, for the 24, we'll go to it. Hold on. Because at this point, it's really just about... We know we're at a reversal point now. Where we are, where Ethereum is. If Bitcoin dumps, it could have a major reversal. Okay, I'm telling you, all we have to do is look at just previous overhead resistances, right? Each one of them plays a role as a reversal. This is where supply is. This is where all the major supply is going to be at each one of these. Don't know how much is there, but look, man. If you reverse, you got to think everything's fine on it there. The problem is, like, you've gone up so high so fast. I mean, having a stop below 193, because this could always come back eventually and back test it. And it could take a week or two before running again to much higher prices and come back to test this. So normally you'd have a stop below, 195 because we haven't even broken this yet. And I think if you don't break this, you might flag. You're just in this crazy wide open area now. So it's profit taking levels on these midterm trades are already over. They're all done, So it's like if you're talking long-term trading, I think you're in danger below 195, but you're safe until then. But so that means like this could lose a lot of its value of its price. A lot of its price could get chopped off and you're still in a bull trend, right? Until you fall below 194, 195. And that's the problem, dude, of how wide it is, where the different areas of resistance support are. And then it gets even tougher here, because it's like if you run up to 282, then like it could come all the way back down to 239, it's bounce and then run again to higher prices. So these things have been on a crazy tear. Well, the thing is, they're just not really, any divergence is just getting bought up. The buyer exhaustion's not really playing out. Yeah, the gap fill at 11,000. I think it's over 11,000, Nick. What's up, TS? What's up, I hate Windows? Yeah, you hadn't been around, man. Sucks. You missed out on a lot of good trades, a lot of good stuff. Reversals that were happening 6-7 weeks ago in the cryptosphere. Now isn't this the cycle? I mean, everyone shows up for the FOMO runs and then they disappeared in the correction and consolidation and they never even know when to come back, and until it's too late, until things have appreciated 50 to 300% in value in 7 weeks. Oh my God, we're dumping on the 1 minute, Greg Morgan. Not looking good for, as good for Tesla or Apple. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know, man. That's just like a guessing game on Tesla. There's no technical analysis really that you can do to help give yourself an edge in that insanity. What's up, King Logan? That correction, dude. I mean, yeah, down 2%. Yeah, it's back testing for sure. You don't really want to fall back below that support. I mean, this is not the confirmation line. Now, it is a very common thing to back test the confirmation line. mean, isn't that even more testament to why it's called the confirmation line? When you break out, it's a confirmed pattern. There were 3 rising valleys, but we often back test it, not just here, but on any pattern, any overhead resistance support. We back test it so we can give the market participants more confirmation, right? Like, because you have one form of confirmation is when you have a breakout and your candle closes above it. That's one form. That's the weakest form. The strongest, the next weakest form, I guess there's 3 types, right? So this is the weakest, just the candle close confirmation breakout. The second strongest form is just when you break out, that you then back test the old resistance as support. And the third strongest is when you break out and then you eventually back test the area that was once resistance as support. And then after that, you bullishly engulf, and we call that a break, hook, and go confirmation. So until you break below this 66, 65, 77 area, you're all right, man. And intraday, you could fall below it and then reverse. And then by close, you want a candle close on the daily, you want to be above this. So within 23 hours or 38 minutes, you want to be above this, not below it. All right? That's it. Congrats, Gino. All right, so Bitcoin, of course, right back below 9,800. And, you know, I've been live for almost an hour and a half now, so I don't know if I'm going to be going like I did. You realize the past 2 days, right? In 2 days, I've streamed 12 hours. I mean, that doesn't sound like much, but why don't you try it? Back-to-back 6-hour marathon streams. If you enjoy the education, live stream, anything like that, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the 824 people here. Thanks for the 430 likes. Oh, man. So just back to Bitcoin. Just chopping around, man. Chopping around above the broadening top. You even back tested it. And now you're still just this channel's heart line is being hugged as support for now, and you're about to be at neutral again on the 4 hours, so there might be maybe some selling or not, right, if you get into the reds. But if that ends up being really, really weak, well, then you know what can happen. More positive momentum after that. $60 minutes, pretty nice looking chart, where it really did respect that upsloping support and the hidden bullish divergence. Very good, man. Am I feeling well? Feeling well. So where do you buy on the break and go? When you get confirmation of an engulfing candle. That's it. But they don't always play out. Nothing is certain. Nothing is certain. Any pattern, any oscillator, it can be the best trade in the world. It can still fail. So all probabilities. When you trade break and goes, you're increasing. If you're a breakout trader, which I'm not so much of a breakout trader, but
Mitch is hands down candles of the best TA stream on YouTube and Twitch. Period.
That man, thank you for the 690 and the kind words. I don't know, man. It's never been about that. It's always just been about trying to help people and keep people grounded and keep people from losing a bunch of money, if anything. That's what it's about, dude. Positivity and just trying to do everything I can. I mean, this is like a passion of mine. Like, you know, technical analysis, trading, all that. I've been studying it for 9 years, going on 10, and that's it, dude. That's as far as it really goes when it comes to being a streamer, dude. That's it, man. Thank you. But I'm just talking about a break hook and go, and though it's like nothing certain, but you know, we're looking for things that will increase our chance of being right. And a break hook and go, though they can fail, they do give, a trader an edge because it is a confirmation, the strongest form of confirmation of a breakout where it couldn't go. So. Room tour, yeah, a little bit. I've done it before. That's whatever, dude. I used to have another webcam that made it very easy. I can't do that now, so it's like impossible to truly give a good update. I actually did one time my internet went out and the power grid was messed up, and like I lost power and internet, and so I had to stream from my phone in my office. And so I did actually give an in-depth tour of my office, all the pictures, everything. I don't know what exact episode it was, but it's there. It's still very real. Barbosa, so what should that tell you? Barbosa's talking about the Bollinger Bands being so tight on the 4 hour. And I guess the 6 hour, I don't really look at that, but that just means a move's coming. The price contraction, the tightening of the Bollinger Bands signify a move is coming one way to the upside or the downside. And the way it's looked, I mean, it could go either way, of course, but why have the sellers not been able to dump this price yet? That's the question you got to ask. Why has it not occurred? If it was going to happen, wasn't it going to happen when there was bearish divergence? Or even like yesterday, the day before, when we were showing almost like triple MACD bearish divergence? Why has the dump not happened yet? Why is the rising wedge not broken to the downside yet? Because we're in an uptrend, and the bulls may very well have complete and utter control of this market to where no bearish stuff will happen right now. No bearish stuff will be able to play out. Absolutely not, Mission Crypto Girl. I did not get any feedback from the guy. I still have not received the art from him. Nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, the guy is still scamming me. He still scammed me. That's the what's his name again? The man with no name on Twitter who does crypto art but scams people when they buy it with crypto. Yep. No, I didn't look at Tesla today. It's been stuck sideways around 750 since that violent move, and that means maybe, just maybe, we have another run, and that's why it's like just the thing is, what you got to understand about Tesla is you have not broken the parabola line yet. Now, this is what's like, okay, dude, there still could be more upside. Look, man. All the touch points curving to the upside. Like, you're still in it, man. So where did you reverse initially? The 3618 fib extension. Legit, dude. Gotta love Fibonacci. That was the only thing we had up here. We had the 4236, which is the next one, if you ever broke $1,000, but we didn't. It's exactly where the reversal happened. You filled a couple gaps. There are many more gaps below you. 652. 583. Oh, dude, I mean, just forget about it. There's too many. 416 and look, 255. They're all gaps, but just got to wonder how high this will go to kill shorts. If it's to run again, it very well could, or it could be over. I don't know. I don't think anyone except the insiders really know where this thing's going, and that's why, why would I want to mess with something where I can't give myself an edge? So why would I trade this? You look for the edge, the technical analysis, being able to identify patterns. Divergence, buyer seller exhaustion, that's what gives you an edge as a trader. Your technical analysis, your ability to do this stuff. So if I don't have the ability to get an edge on this chart because it's so insane, then why the F would I trade it? Then it's just there's no probability increase of me being right or the trade playing out. So it's literally flipping a coin, chugging a bottle of whiskey and gambling. All right, that's it. Give yourself an edge over and over and over again. Even the artists are scammers in the crypto space, Will James. Yep, they are. That one is anyway. Yeah, dude. It's like, is it any wonder we can't get mass adoption? Because most influencers, most of the people that do anything in crypto are just scammers, dude, trying to take your money, just trying everything they can. And like they don't use integrity, and they don't use, you know, proper ethics and morals. No, not at all, man. Transparency and integrity, dude. That's the big thing. That most things, I mean, because there's no regulation and there's no repercussions for screwing people in this market, especially if you're not in the West. Just like back in the 2000s, or in 2000, the internet was the Wild West. Yep. True that. Pets.com. Let's go. All in, man. It's too good of a URL name. We got to pump it to $1 billion. Are they, Justin, getting liquidated over these prices? I mean, definitely on this week. But again, if someone's interpretation was an ascending triangle, I get it. A sell wall with accumulation. Right, you just bought it where trader sold it. Don't even worry about the wicks, man. Just look where that impulse up was and where all these touches are. You can see it, man. Okay, great, dude. Yeah, you had an up thrust through it. A couple up thrusts through it. But look at this wick right here touching it. Look at this wick and this wick and this wick and this wick touching it. That is the respected sell wall, which happens to be 80 or 98.22 or so. Right there. Can't break it. So what's that mean? All right, so if you sell off here, well, you got some room to run. You go to 97.53 again and still be in this little 60-minute uptrend. No problem, man. No problem. One day at a time, Bit Knuckles. Just do your best. Make it a goal, dude, to just learn something new about this world every day. And then the next day, look over that information you learned from the day before so you can retain the knowledge and then learn something new. And just don't compete or compare yourself with anyone else. Just compare yourself to the person you were the day before. Just keep methodically trying to get better than yourself. And that way you can't get demoralized. You can't be upset about other people. Oh, they're excelling faster than me, whatever. Don't worry about it. Worry about yourself. No, that's not true at all, Nick P. Many people have already FOMO'd in to this market, and they've been rewarded so far. Some people, right, that have just been buying in randomly on pumps and stuff, it's working out for them because the cycle has truly turned bullish. For now. But again, you know how it is, man. Overhead resistance, you got to break this next one. You're only as good as the next overhead resistance your trend is. Someone's asking about Tron Connect. Oh yeah, dude, Tron Connect, man. Been killing it, dude. It was pumping last night. Oh, sweet mother of Jesus. Oh, it's so good, dude. Jesus chimes, man. First target has been hit. It's beautiful, man. It's freaking beautiful. So if you look at the weekly, it was perfect, man. It was a low, the same low. Crazy amounts of Class B bullish divergence. But man, Tron was even better than most, where not only did it show that weekly double bottom, it showed a double bottom. If you look at the weekly, it's like a double bottom within a double bottom. It was double bottom inception on Tron. And you had some tail end RSI divergence, even from this low to this low, higher levels roll to strength. So it was, the higher low was so good because it's like accumulation. That means there are people that owned Tron on December 17th, 18th, 2019. More people owned it here than they did here and here. So that was the signal for me. Patron's like, hey, what would you do with Tron? Do you think there's any, how would I trade this? And it's like, okay, let me just draw it up for you. And the entry was where we were. It was, I don't know, right around January. No, it was January 5th was the trade when I posted this idea, and I'll bring it up in a second. But man, since then, first target, second target's 2.6 pennies, and the third target is 2.95 pennies. 382, 50%, 618. Who cares, man? That's reasonable. Layering on out. But we know with crypto, it could go much higher. You know how it is, dude. Yep. Old January 5th, man. That fateful day. Lisa, how would you look at Tron Connect? How will we trade Tron Connect? Right here, just like this. See it? It's perfect, dude. The groundwork was laid out, the divergence was there, the weekly looked incredible. It was time, man. It was time for Tron. Fantastical. So Bitcoin falling to its lowest low of the new day, 97.84. It's okay. Whatever, man. It's been fluctuating $50 for 36 plus hours now. Not really anything new at all. And really, you know, if you're looking at a ascending triangle for real, I wouldn't worry about this. I would just look right here, like when an asset runs up and has that high, and then it sells off. That's where that first low is. Okay, of a pattern, of a Bukowski pattern. So you do one. It would have been like 1 and 2. Then all right, we gotta adjust here because it's 60-minute scrubby. So it's more so kind of like that. If you're looking for an actual triangle, it didn't start back here. It started here. Okay. So multiple reaction highs. Now we have 2 reaction lows. So again, it come all the way down to 97.38 again, around that area. Make a higher low, and then go, or never hit the bottom again, and that would show accelerated amount of demand. That's right, logos for you. That's right. Ride Cash, what are you talking about, dude? Falling wedge from 2017 all-time highs on what? Don't let Justin Sun take your money. Well, I mean, again, trying to go long now on these assets is definitely paying a high premium, and it's not what the composite man would do. Not yet. I mean, dude, that's just not. Composite man buys when it's quiet. No one's in the market, really. It's had a major correction, and that's what's gotten people out of the market, the normal people. And he just quietly accumulates while you're playing video games or out getting drunk or doing something else, you know. He's accumulating. Wow, dude. We were talking about a shooting star, and someone's like, dang, dude, I googled shooting star candle. Scent beads, shooting star, man. That's hilarious, dude. I can't even believe that's real life. Yeah, you gotta put Japanese candle in there, and then you're just gonna get that one, and it's an actual Japanese version of that scent beads, right? That would be super intense. Then there'd just be no way to even Google a shooting star bearish reversal pattern, right? You have no idea. I don't know why you'd say you're bad. It's okay, dude. Don't worry, man. So remember, this is the poll. You want to participate in it. You still can. 153 votes. Let's get a few more in there. 97.81. Selling off a little more. That's okay. Losing all your positive momentum too on the 4 hour. That's kind of concerning because you think the next step is, well, we start building negative momentum and we might get lower prices with that. Tell me the composite man was accumulating when you weren't here 7 weeks ago. When you weren't in this chat, he was accumulating. Chainlink staying strong. So more people think we're going to have a weekend breakout. Remember, statistically, you're going against the grit if you say we're breaking out on the weekend. It seldom happens, dude. It happened maybe 4 or 5 times over that 6-month period in 2019, the first half of 2019. Other than that, though, you never break out on the weekends, like big time. Not really. Link still, yeah, holding up with a little bit of selling on Bitcoin. That's okay. All alts, though, for the most part, are in the red. Except for Link, and except for Monero and Dash. Those are about the only big ones that are kind of up right now. Just a little bit of selling. That he does, Todd. You too, man. Dr. Gurr? What? The root of this quote from Lord of the Rings, meet us back on the menu, boys, suggests that orcs know what a menu is, which suggests that Saruman was running some sort of orc restaurant. Think about this a lot. You do? Yeah, dude. Orcs, I don't know about that, man. I mean, maybe there's an orc restaurant and stuff. I just don't think so, dude. Like, there's something called the Maya or whatever in Lord of the Rings where you got the good ones and the bad ones, and and they're the Iluvutari or whatever. And orcs were taken by Melkor, I believe, who is Morgoth. Melkor, Morgoth, they're just different names for him. But he's like this. He created Sauron himself, and Melkor stole a bunch of elves and converted them and turned them into orcs or something with magic, and that's kind of how orcs exist. So I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility to believe in the 3,000 years that orcs started creating restaurants. I don't know, dude. Good question. Something to think about.
I like turtles.
Anyway. We got a few more votes. 119 of y'all, 65% think we will break out this weekend. And I'm not talking about break above 9,800. That's not it. Breaking out this weekend means we will break above 99.45 convincingly, and we will moon like we did last June. There are taverns. Yeah. There are taverns. So there's just not much. I mean, dude, I've looked at so much, in the crypto sphere. I don't know if most people want to be talking about that. It's kind of like we reserve days like this to talk mostly only about crypto because that's what the market wants. It's what people want. And there's downtimes. We'll look at assets for a while, the big ones, and then we'll move on to stock market and all that. But man, there's just so much activity. Something has changed. There's something in the water. Yeah, there's a chance, man. Try mining XMR on Threadripper. See how fast of a hash rate I get. I should do that. I know I have someone IRL that can help me set it up. They got me set up on Monero mining back in 2017, but it's such a much different times. Okay, like PC power. So yeah, maybe I should do that. Start mining Monero. between the 1.4 and 4, 80%. Yep. Yeah, from all-time highs to the December of 2018 low, 50% retrace, kind of where we are, I think. What you're saying, Orange Juice. You're talking about macro here? No, maybe the big one.
Hey Mitch,
That's not all-time
thoughts
high.
on dollar CMS bearish crab?
Thanks, Anon.
Is that a joint?
We can look. There's crab, huh? Oops, wrong CMS. There's crab, you say? Bearish deep crab, yeah, sure. But you got to remember, man, it's a bearish deep crab where? In an overwhelmingly bullish trend. So good luck. It's kind of under it. Yeah, maybe it reversed there. It didn't even hit the 1618. But sure as heck got very close and is sold off. But you know what it's doing, right? It could just sell off to bullishly consolidate and then just run again. So great that at near a 1618 it's reversing its price action, but not by much. But there are certainly gaps to fill. Look, there's one right here, like 66 bucks, and there's just so many. There's a very, very noticeable one, 63.87. I mean, yeah, if this truly plays out, you'd fill the gaps. But again, dude, stupid bullish. Man, that's crazy bullish, man. I wonder if we could draw some sort of channel too. Top side. You see, it had it like that, and it's just too strong, and actually broke out. Wow, that's nuts. Okay, let's try a log scale. That will help any. I might have to adjust. Gotta change this song too. I hate this freaking song. I like that. Oh, that's really good connection right there. Just stop with the mooning. So if you adjust, you can see just 1 and 2 on the top now, and then 1 and 2 on the bottom. Looks like 3 on the 4 on the bottom. So major uptrend that kind of started back June of 2018. It's just been going, man. So say you pull back, you fill the gaps, you're still in a very bullish trend. You can come all the way down to 63.87 where this gap is, and you could do it violently, and you'd still be in the uptrend. So what does that tell you, man? Bearish, and there's, you know, up here, there's no real daily bearish divergence at all, is there? Nah. So there's not. So like if you only have one bearish pattern, the trend's against you, you don't have any oscillators to back up your pattern, it's not a very powerful potential trade, right? But yeah, great identification of a bearish deep crab. Very good. Thank you, man, for the 420. The 4 hour. I mean, this is only thing, I mean, it kind of concerns me a little bit where you're just look, you had your all this positive moment, now you've lost all of it. You're going to neutral. And like if selling pressure picks up any at all, then you start building negative Momo, and you're just hoping to God that if you want this to keep going to the upside, you wouldn't want to go any lower than 9,700 at this point. So anyone who's in on this, I mean, it might be a decent idea just to protect yourself. I mean, of course you'd come down. 95.50 is the big deal, man. To me, like, you don't want to break that. We've already back tested it. We've already run up. So that shows overwhelming amounts of demand. So with that point, with that being said, like, and fine, then don't fall below 9,700 now. That's kind of the breaking point. So anyone who's taking the time to be in this asset at 9,600, maybe it's in your best interest if you want to, at least for opportunity cost, make a little money if the trade fails. Stop loss below 9,700. Does that make sense? There are no measured moves of crab patterns. You use Fibonacci. If you truly wanted to know, I guess we can go back to it. What was it again? See something? CMS. CMS on the daily real quick. So if you're to trade this, if someone was truly, say this is in a bearish trend or something, right? And there was bearish divergence and all the stuff we love, you would Fibonacci, anchoring from the lowest part of the pattern, A, to the highest high of the pattern, which I don't even know if it's the top. It seems like it might be. It's so close, but who knows? You just rally again because everyone will be bullish. It's for the sake of education. It's not the sake of trading, because I'm not saying to take a trade here. I'm saying like this could fail miserably and underperform. But if you're talking about deep crab, man, easy. Like from the entry, I mean, you could look for the 50%, which happens to be lined up with that gap fill, and a 618, like we would a falling wedge. 50% 618, can't go wrong. Bread and butter, man. Golden retrace and the Dow theory. So it's like 62.82 and 63.95 valid targets for a retrace. And look, you could work and play out. You hit them and you stay in the uptrend, then you run again. That's how you identify targets on deep crabs, from the lowest point to the highest point. That's how you anchor your Fibonacci. Okay? So sorry, man. Yeah, we broke out, but so far it's been no follow-through price action. I've been live now for nearly 2 hours, so hit that like button, that bell, that sub if you're at least enjoying the coverage of across the markets. Thanks. Just 36 plus hours now, going on 37 hours of just since we moved up, nothing. Just a whole bunch up and down, really between 96.44 and 98.92 now. Sorry, man, just catching up on things. Just reading. Dang, man. All right, we made it, dude. You know, keep saying that.
Is that a joint?
It's not 420 anywhere, though, right now. Literally not even close. What? All right, man. Well, this was good. It was a good stream. Maybe this weekend we pump. If we start seeing a pump, I'll be back. But really, until that pump occurs, hey, man, I don't want to be, I'll be live, and what am I supposed to do? Wait all weekend for it to never pump? Or pump? Oh my God, dude. How do these people even get signed to have this music published? Some of it just can be so bad. So I will just end it on this note. We got about 5 minutes till the new 60-minute candle. This could go either way, man. All right. But you know I'll be back with Pump, all right? Maybe in the spaceship. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contribution. Hit that like button on the way out, that sub on the way out. See you next time. Till next time, respect the T. A.
Take it all back, I never care about what you thought. I didn't mean to make you mad, I don't like when you upset. I'ma call you later on, baby girl, don't you forget. I'ma take you from this party, we might go and have some sex. Or we do that later on, then we lit like cigarettes. I thought you would stay with me, I'm yours and you're mine, I am yours. So what I'm gonna do, I won't have no clue, ain't no me without you.
I might spin a block on 12 horses, buy the block and get a boss bitch. Chrome man, but when the Henny hit, I might Millie rock to get a ball fit. In the new days with my old ways, game changed, but the name don't. My horse shades is they main hoes. Got a lot of them, my whole stable. I don't lie to them, it's no fables. Rap Don country flavor. Now we worldwide, we made a big brand. Now our catalog is so major. Rodeo or Rodale, portfolio is so player. Tomato or tomato, Nas X or Big Nas, this shit ride. Nas and Nas X. Yeah. Big Nas and Little Nas. Yeah.
My name is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Oh, would you look at that?
Bueller.
I like turtles.
Price gonna dip.
I don't know, sir.
XRP going to the moon.
Adios, turd nuggets.